Here comes a question which to some extent you've covered already, but you might like to say something more about it. Yeah? And that the question is quite simply, what role, if any, is there for Western Dharmacharis in India?
I think there are 2-3 ways in which people can help there. One is like Padmaloka, that is giving a lot of talks, public talks. It is very effective having people from outside the community, from the West, giving talks on the Dhamma. Very, very effective indeed. And when we start centres in new places, especially outside Maharashtra, it's going to make a lot of difference if we have such people. So there's lots of work there. There's lots of scope there. Even if you can only come for 6 months, as I say, you can come back here for 6 months, have retreat, or you can go to the East and raise money for us. Taiwan, Singapore, Malaysia, we'll fix it up for you. The other way is a bit like Dharmananda, who's out there at the moment, doing 4 months, and Bodhananda is with him for some of that time, teaching meditation. People who have some specific skill or something they have to offer, something which they've devoted perhaps more time to than others, and something that we can benefit from out there, like this, well, we're very happy to have such people out there sharing what they've got with us.
Perhaps I could add a few words here. I thought perhaps Lokamitra might have made these points, but perhaps he thinks that everybody understands them already. But just in case they don't, I'd like to say that if you do decide to go to India, and I hope some of you will, in the way that Lokamitra has suggested, you must be pretty tough. You really must be. In this country, in the West generally, we have such an easy time. Some of you think you work hard, and no doubt you do work hard, very hard. But it's nothing to the way in which you'll be expected to work in India. It really is a very demanding situation in so many respects. Food, climate, culture shock, all that sort of thing. But it is at the same time an immensely inspiring and rewarding situation. And I'm sure that anybody who goes out there, any order member, will gain something that he or she could not have gained in India. It is not that you just go out to give. You gain just as much as you give, if not more. And I think that for almost any order member who goes out there and works even for a few months, it's an absolute eye-opener in so many ways. You learn not only quite a lot about India, quite a lot about the caste system, quite a lot about our movement, you'll learn a very great deal about yourself. And you'll come back, I hope not a sadder, but certainly a wiser man, for that experience. And another point is, if you are thinking of going out, please read up about India. Don't go out ignorant, either of India, Indian culture, Indian history, manners and customs, and especially the life and work and ideals of Dr. Ambedkar himself. You really must have these sort of things, if not at your fingertips, but you must really be reasonably familiar with these things if you are really going to be able to communicate with Indian people, not only ex-untouchables, but perhaps with members of other communities too. You really must do your homework. You mustn't go out in a sort of happy-go-lucky way for a sort of rather pleasant, agreeable, Dharma holiday with frequent trips down to Goa for non-Dharma purposes. Yes? It really means work. But at the same time, that work is play in the very best sense. And you'll have, I'm sure, a wonderful experience of friendship. In England, it takes such a long time to make friends. It takes years of hard work and overcoming misunderstandings and suspicions and all that kind of thing. Well, we do have those things in India too. But on the other hand, Indians, and especially Indian order members now on Mitras, they make friends so quickly. They're so warm-hearted, they're so expressive. Believe it or not, on the occasion of your first meeting, they'll probably hold your hand. That's the custom there, just to show their friendliness and their joy at seeing you. So there are, experiences you can have in India, especially in this way of emotional warmth and positivity and friendship that you won't perhaps so easily get in the West. Anyway, that's enough from me.